I do hope that you are all well there in Facebook land. If you're there, do say hey, hi, and hello if you're watching me now live, or perhaps you're watching me on repeat. If you're watching me on repeat, do say hello also too. And if you have any questions, whether you're watching me live or whether you're watching me on repeat, just pop them just down below and I will do my best to see if I can get back to you and answer them. So I thought I'd pop on because firstly it's been a little while, but also the world has gone a bit crazy right now, hasn't it, with all this coronavirus. So I'm just here to, I guess, talk about it. So if you're interested in having a bit of a chat about it, what it means perhaps from a spiritual perspective, some tips and hints for you to where to put your energy and where to focus on during this time, then this is why I am here. As most of you know, I don't work the weekends, and over the weekend there's been a lot of shifts in lots of things, and then today is Monday and I'm taking this opportunity, well, I've got 20 minutes or so, because I've become incredibly busy because of the panic that is happening because of the virus. And so I thought, let's jump on, let's have a conversation, because it might help if I can do this, in a wider remit, to see if I can help people understand this and navigate this a little bit better. So as we're going along, if you've got any questions, then just say. Other than that, I will just keep talking because I know I've just jumped on last minute and nobody was expecting me to be on. So hi Mona, hope that you are gorgeous and well. Hi Hallie, I hope that you are well. Hallie says, what does it mean from the spiritual perspective? So that's pretty much why I'm on and why I am doing this today. And I've made some notes because I don't want to forget what I'm saying. Right, it's one of those things, because I had to kind of think about, from doing my job, sometimes people don't want to hear certain things, but I'm also, for those of you who know me really well, I'm really quite a positive person in terms of looking at the positive as to why things are happening. Obviously we're going through a phase where my spirit guides show this more like the planet exhaling. So as obviously when this virus happens, it's happening to us as people, as human beings, and we are having that one sort of focused mind where we are just concentrating primarily on us, sort of it impacting us, and not thinking about actually it's impacting the planet, it's impacting all of us. And my spirit guides are trying to show how we are in a place of this sort of, be like the planet trying to expand and contrast, but also trying to heal as well as teach us all about changes that we would make in order to enrich our lives, to pause and take stock about what connections we have or don't have, and how we can then work together with animals, with the trees, with Mother Nature, without me sounding like a hippie, how we can work together to ensure that the planet, the energy that we're all tied to, can breathe and heal and move forward better. That's me putting it in a kind of very holistic nutshell. What does that mean if I dissect that a little bit more? Hold on, I'm going back to my notes again, because I know I use my notes because I just want to be able to word this carefully, because I'm very aware that of the panic that's being caused, and spirit basically want to say the way that you can navigate this is actually to do the opposite, is to be less panicked, to be more in touch with the understanding from a holistic perspective why this is happening, so that you can understand the positives that come out of things, which sometimes we forget when we're in the midst of something that feels very, very kind of negative, if that makes sense. Hi Arlene, hope that you are well. Hi Elizabeth, I hope that you are also well. So as the planet breathes right now in the midst of this happening, what are we doing in that time where we can breathe, where we can heal at the same time, because it's a symbiotic kind of connection, relationship that we have with all things. We are connected. What's that movie where the blue people run around and they're all connected? we are very similar. I mean, that movie's got some truth when it comes to energy. I'm digesting now. But what Spirit are trying to say during this time, how you can take stock is to realize what is to, there's two things. They're saying you need to keep away from the negative, the fear and the impact that this is happening, because fear begets fear, and fear begets discrimination. Fear begets distancing and isolating, and less integration, which as people, as biological human beings, we are not built to be separate from each other. However, for a really, really long time with the internet and Facebook and WhatsApp, we are connected, but also not connected to each other. We are now literally being shown what it is like to literally not be connected to each other. And the instinct straight away, as you can see from what's happening with Italy, for example, is the moment that we are told to really, literally, tangibly disconnect from people, the very thing we want to do is to be connected. So that's where the positive is happening in this. It's giving us all a shift in our cognitive understanding about how much we need and want to be connected to people, the people that we're suddenly now thinking about because of this virus that we perhaps would have forgotten about, and how we want to be able to shake hands, touch, be with each other. So it's about getting that balance between where we was heading as a species, as being disconnected in a virtual sense while still being connected, to now actually getting to a place, particularly when we put our fear aside, to actually want to be connected. Am I making sense, guys? And this is the positive, the parts of what this is happening in this situation. Sorry if you hear some background noise. My son has just walked in. He's on crutches, and so you might hear some clink clacking, and then he's going to pass through again. So I know you might hear some noise. I do apologise for that. Hi, Elizabeth. I hope that you're well. Thanks, Hallie. I hope that you are gorgeous too. Hi, is it Lucas? I hope that you are well. Hi, Roger. Long time no hear. Well and being safe. Hi, Michelle. Hope that you're well. And Germany has just gone into lockdown, so you'll be feeling the effects of that too. Good morning. I'm going to try to pronounce your name. Adifatha Mohammed. Hope that you are well also too. And hi, Elizabeth. So let's carry on a little bit more about some of the other things that is also a positive that's happening from this, because again, we can all get wrapped up in the negative of this. And what Spirit I think are trying to teach you through me a little bit is, if you can put your energy in positive energy, that in itself is a protective and healing source to navigate through this. The more we get bogged down in the effects of this virus, the more that it will cause more negative effects than just what the virus will do in the first place. So one of the other positives is, obviously, as this planet breathes right now, there are certain things, and people are obviously really rightfully really worried that we are going into lockdown. What does that mean for people's jobs? What does it mean for income and money? It does mean that as we pass through this, we will have a different perspective on what money really means to us and what community means to us. And even though it feels really scary right now, it actually is shown as we go pass through this that we have a different entire perspective on this completely, and that we basically are shown as being what's the word I'm looking for? Like, better. Hold on one sec. I just need to just tell my son. So, hi, I'm just not doing a live at the moment. So give me a couple of minutes and I will be with you.
I'm just going to open the door for the dog.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I could see him hovering behind me, and I didn't want him to think didn't know what I was doing. So, what was I saying? I lost it. So, that's what my train of thought. No, I've got it back. So, what I was trying to say is, albeit those will feel like hardships right now, and obviously, the more that everybody can have preparation in the short term, because every country is going to be different, the timeline for this is longer than perhaps we're all hoping for, but it won't be as impactful as we are being scared into thinking that it will be. the more we will change and adjust to our perceptions around community and money, again, for the positive. All right, if that makes sense. What's the other thing I wanted to say? Also, things as to why the planet is going to be using this time to heal during this time, our view towards what we eat, how we process livestock will also change, which means that the relationship we have with food will be positive. How we treat animal and wildlife will be different, again, positive, with less planes flying, less trains moving, less energy being put into shops, etc., electricity, gas, petrol, cars not being driven. It allows, again, the planet to have a healing period where we are not emitting energy in a toxic kind of way, emissions in a toxic kind of way. So this is why I'm trying to, maybe successfully, maybe unsuccessfully, show in a holistic way why or what is happening and why it's symbiotic and why we feel like it's just happening to us, but actually it's a planetary thing. Again, without sounding too much like a hippie. So let me just see if there's any questions before I continue. So hi Lisa, hope you're well. Thanks for the compliments, everybody. You're all just amazing. Sorry, I'm just trying to get down to my thing. Hi there, all the way from South Africa. Hi MJ Waserman, nice to have you here also as well. Roger says, I think the planet is gradually going through a cleansing. I think cleansing can sound like a negative word, but that's why my guys use would like it's breathing, exhaling. It is a form of no, that's an even worse word. Like it's like refreshing. That's the word I probably want to use. Like just giving us the impetus for change, and sometimes change feels discomforting sometimes, or can feel hard or tough. This is what this is. How do you keep yourself safe? Obviously use your local guidance in terms of the safety things. Obviously I want to give you some more holistic ones, because if you're on my channel and you're not liking hearing what I'm saying, because I see some people are angry, and that's fine, you don't have to be on my channel. That's the first thing to say. But if you are here to want to look at a holistic approach to what you can do, then stick around also too. So the things that are recommended, obviously follow the guidance from your country, but spirit encourage more water intake, vitamin D and elderberry extract, because it helps the immune system. Or helps booster it, because obviously at this moment in time there is no particular cure for this illness. So anything that you can do to help at an holistic level to help protect you is positive. The other thing is positive thinking. Fear is like a virus in itself. More positivity, more thinking about how you can help yourself and help others, more energy into that will also keep you energetically more protected as well. Wash your hands and make your own hand sanitizer. I see that the shops, even here in the UK, have been robbed of everything. Be proactive, make it yourself. That's what I'm doing. I'm waiting on an order of rubbing alcohol and some aloe vera gel. That's all you need. You know, if you want to have that, then make it yourself. Very, very easy, and you'll make more of that than you would otherwise. And if you want it to smell a certain way, and then just put your own favorite essential oil in it. Simple. Obviously, the less that you can at this time, and it's really for a short amount of time, that you can isolate yourself in way, you know, do less, which I think for some people they've got no choice at the moment. The more you can do less in the short term, the better that you'll be able to protect yourself and protect others. I'm telling people what they sort of know, but holistically, it's just positive energy, not begetting fear or anger, because that's not helpful. No debating with people about who's right and who's wrong, and who, you know, how serious this is versus how not serious this is. Take care of the people you love and protect people that you love. Vitamins, extracts. Simple. This will pass is the biggest message that I also want to tell you. This is not forever. It is not going to go away quickly, and I think you need that realism also too, but it will pass. And through this, there will be positive effects. And as we heal from this, as we grieve through any losses that have happened upon this, we will make positive changes to ensure that this will not happen again, in the way that we work together, how we remain connected, and how we figure things out in the future. And that can only be a positive from my perspective anyway. So I hope that helps everybody. Roger says that's probably a better way that I can put it, but I think the planet is slowly starting changing for the better, and maybe as human beings we can start to work to unite as a human collective and consciousness. I completely agree with that sentiment, exactly. So I hope that's been helpful, but I thought, for some of you, you might need that today. Tip is, don't panic, guys. If you can, just don't panic. Positivity and love, I know it doesn't solve everything, but it makes life a lot more pleasant. Look at how Italy has been handling this. I've been moved beyond tears by the way that people have come together when they can't come together. It's been beautiful, and that just shows the strength of human spirit when it comes to trying to combat something that feels so deep and dark right now. So gonna love you and leave you guys, and like I said, if you don't like what I said, you don't have to be on my page. So take care, everybody. Bye.